And before I hit the play button, this is actually quite sad. This man is all of us. You know what I mean? He's all of us, right? There's this massive frustration. Welcome back, guys. And today we're going to have a look at some pretty dark content, really. And I want you to not go down that rabbit hole that I've been down. One thing I'm thinking of recently is where people on the right are going. And I guess I'm looking at myself when I say that. The truth is, the more kind of right-wing video I make, the more I have sponsors interested in paying me money. And I don't want to do that. I'm an Englishman. I'm actually half Welsh, a little bit of German, in fact, but I'm British as well. Now, the truth is that if I keep making sensationalist right-wing content, we're going to divide the country up more. The truth is as well, I don't want the level of immigration coming in that I'm currently seeing. So we've got to do something about it, haven't we? I'm going to play some stuff that I've been interested in over the last week or so. And I'm going to take a mature sort of line about it. And I really want your comments on here about where we're going to go, because these right-wing influencers at the moment, maybe it's because the 13th September, we see Tommy Robinson's march. And I've spoken to Tommy in the past, you know what I mean? But we see some people sensationalizing their content. I don't like it. And I don't want to be doing that. Let's have a look at some stuff now. I'm no fan of Dili Hussain. He'd be the first guy out the country after Sadiq Khan, as far as I'm concerned, when I become king, you know what I'm saying? But listen, a white man with a knife reportedly attacked a white man with a knife. You know, we've got to bring that straight in, haven't we? Attacked a toddler. We don't see that, by the way. Hurled racist abuse at worshippers, assaulted a man and threatened to kill Muslims and burned down the mosque while screaming, "Go back to where you came from," outside a mosque in Portsmouth. I'm a Portsmouth guy. Let's have a look at this quickly. And before I hit the play button, this is actually quite sad. This man is all of us. You know what I mean? He's all of us, right? There's this massive frustration. I've got the volume up for you. You can sense it. Yeah, he's got a knife on him or something on him. And during this, you can see him throwing it away. Now, fair play to the boys he comes up against as well.
Miranda, you think you're fuck right? If you get closer, I would have to send myself. Man, you if you get closer. Yeah, you wouldn't. Hey, exactly. Guys, he's got a knife. He's got a knife. He's got a knife. Get back, everyone. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, no. But the thing is, what we've got to do is fucking protect our fucking children.
Take the knife from him, he will hit him.
It's the right thing to do, mate. Right away. Awful, awful. Look at this poor boy. Fair play to the guys from the mosque there standing up. Look, I don't want any of them here. I hate Islam. I don't want it in the country. But fair play to the boys for looking after him. And this is why I don't have problems with Muslims. I have problems with Islam. Or Islamists, the political side of Islam. And as a Christian Roman Catholic, man, I'm not changing that viewpoint. I don't want Islam in this country. However, those men there, those Muslim men, they dealt with that as best they could, all right? You've got a man there, obviously deeply upset, as we all are, about what's happening to this great country. It is a great country, of course it is. Else, why would they come here, right? If they really wanted Islam why would they not stay in other Islamic countries? Why come to this country if you really want to be part of Islam? That's my issue with Islam. I understand Muslims, good people, everything else, right? But I don't want it in the UK. And I'm not going to change that stance. Let's have a look at some more things then. So we've got someone who's painted his van. Fair play to the boy. Look, he's painted it with the flag, the St. George's flag on the back of the van. And the comment here from whoever this person is on Twitter has said, "That's nice, dear." A little bit patronising. But it's still a German van. You need to capitalise German as well. There's such a lack of punctuation on Twitter. I hate it. So what I said at the bottom there, so an immigrant can never be English then. I think you've just made our point. And that's what I'm trying to get at when I'm talking to these people who aren't the cleverest bunny rabbits in the box, let's be fair. And someone else in the comments has written the same thing. So you're saying that even though this van is in England and has English papers, it will never be an English van. Interesting. And that really is the fallacy of multiculturalism, isn't it? It doesn't matter where you come from. You might get a stamp on your passport saying you're British, but you're never going to be English, Scottish, Welsh, or Irish. And the problem is, of course, what that means is that we are being replaced. And this is in London. The problem in multiculturalism, of course, this happened on the 1st September, as you can't see it on the top there. You've got a lady walking down the street with her daughter. Look at that. Little ponytails and everything. I'll show you what happens, then we'll just quickly talk about the problems. I mean, the guy goes to confront the dude, comes back at him. Look at that. Personally, I'm standing my ground, but I understand why that guy doesn't want to. I get it. I get it. Someone else confronting him there at the bottom, it looks like. And we should confront him. You can't get away with this, mate. Doesn't matter who it is. Look, there's other people there. This is it. Safety in numbers. Back up and step up. All right. That's what we do. We back each other up and we step up. Now, the police actually went to that man's house there. They went and found him and they dragged him out. You can see enough police cars going and picking this guy up. There he is there, obviously bringing him out of the house now. And that was in with his, what is that, a motorized scooter bike thing? I don't know what that says there. I think it's rude words. It's like F off or something, or shut up or something like that, guys, okay? But this is where we can talk quite intelligently and briefly. I don't want to keep this video too long about the problems with a multicultural society, and especially a society where there's, say, something like cousin marriage, which of course we know that Islam promotes. And the reason they promote cousin marriage, of course, is because if you marry cousins, you intermarry families, then of course you don't have to worry about kind of trusting that family, because of course you do, because your cousins have married each other, your families have done this. The reason that the West had to become a high trust society was because we didn't do that. It got outlawed years and years and years ago. So of course, when you come and buy a product that I sell, such as my school or flying training or my private coaching or whatever it might be, you need to trust me, or I need you to trust me, because we have no relations whatsoever, zero. So we have to have a high level of trust within our communities. Now, of course, by bringing in people that don't have those high levels of trust, all we do is we take our high level trust society down to a low level trust society. And we've talked a little bit, haven't we, about the nature of our government supporting migrants or asylum seekers over and above the ethnic population. Here we got Bridget Phillipson then talking about immigration, and here she admits that actually the government does prioritise immigrants over and above its own people.
Your lawyers, under your guidance, have said in terms that the rights of asylum seekers are more important than the rights of local people in Epping Forest. Would you at least acknowledge that that is what they will hear? And it's up to you. Ministers can say, we agree with that, or we don't agree with it. You can't simply say, let's balance things. Do you agree with what your lawyers said, or don't you?
Yes, of course we do.
Our government saying the rights of asylum seekers are more important than the rights of local British people, local English people in Epping, then in North East London, I believe it is. Let's have a look at someone warning us then about what was going to happen if we allowed Islam and other nations basically to flood into the UK. This is UAE's Foreign Minister, Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed, I believe his name is, from memory, warning us about 8 years ago of the problem of allowing Islam into the UK.
And let me say this in English so you can understand what I'm saying.
I have translation.
No, I know you have translation, but I just want to make sure you get it right. There will come a day that we will see far more radical extremists and terrorists coming out of Europe because of the lack of decision-making, trying to be politically correct, or assuming that they know the Middle East and they know Islam and they know the others far better than we do. And I'm sorry, but that's pure ignorance.
And yeah, our government thinks they know Islam better than we do. And of course, what's happening, I've seen it before, is the UAE, Qatar, Saudi, they're saying, look, you guys are taking the extremists. You guys are taking the guys that they wouldn't survive here. We don't want them in our country. You know what I mean? That's why the French push all these people to the North French coast to get rid of them. They don't want them in France. What's that? You want to know who the deputy of the Green Party is now? This is Mothin Ali, the deputy of the Green Party. Remember what I talked about? Islamism. And they want to take power, the ideology. Don't see it as a religion, it's an ideology. They want to take power. This is the deputy of the Green Party.
Raise the voice of Palestine! Allahu Akbar!
And I don't care what the government says, this is never going to happen in the country I'm living in. It's just not going to happen. I'm a Christian Roman Catholic man. I'm not going to adopt Islam into the United Kingdom. I'm not going to have it. So, and when you think there's one of me here, for every one of me, there's 40 people writing to me an email. I can't answer you all, guys. You know, I think the last video had like 4,000 comments or something. You know what I mean? I understand it. We're all the same. But listen, what I want to get you across now is the way of doing this is responsibly. And of course, I do see a lot of right-wing influencers, and I guess I'm one of them as well, going out their way to either you know, harass communities, whatever it might be. Recently, you know, I did have a go at Liam Tufts for having a go at a police officer. I come from a police family. I support British police officers. I don't support British policing. So we just got to be careful about how we're talking about things, because personally, if we go out of the way and we get basically pointed at and say, look, you are the far right, you are the racist, you are the, you know, the fascists, it doesn't do us any good, mate. We got to be a little bit more careful about how we do this. And yes, I haven't got a plan, but we can't be caught out, because the government, especially at Tommy's rally and this kind of stuff, are going to put instigators in there. They're going to put agitators in there. Anyone with a mask on, you can pretty much guarantee they're either from the left, or they're from the police, or from the security services, or SF guys out there to start trouble. Or they're idiots who've come down to start trouble anyway, and they are on our side. They're just being dickheads. Look, in the comments then, you tell me what you think. And I'm not saying comments. I don't think there's any sponsorship on this video or anything like that, guys. I'm just coming at you straight. Look, I don't want to be the guy out here spreading division. I want to be the guy that says, I'm not tolerating Islam, radical Islam in the UK. I'm not going to do it. But we have to do it in a way that is mature, a way that's British, you know what I mean? Before we stand up and destroy everything. How do we do that? What do you want to do about it? You let me know in the comments. I appreciate you watching. I know these aren't easy subjects, and I don't want to keep pushing this kind of narrative on my channel, because the more I push it, the more people want to sponsor it, the more money I make, and then before you know it, all I am is a far-right agitator, and that's not who we are as Englishmen. We're not. So yeah, I'll be poorer for it, but hopefully I won't be trying to divide the country up like I see some people doing. All right, so let's just be careful out there, guys. I appreciate your time. You know, hopefully it's a positive video. Talk soon, guys. Tim Davies, Fast Food Performance.